Hey everybody, Big Anklevich here, podcaster, author, and carnivore, and it is day 46 of the Beef, Butter, Bacon, and Eggs Challenge that Marshal and I are doing here on Big Anklevich on health. Okay, getting straight into the videos. We shall see what things befell us today and how did we deal with them. Hey everybody, it is day 46, which is a Sunday. And today, first of all, I was out and about doing some stuff early in the morning, looking for toys, you know me. And yeah, I was hungry. I hadn't eaten yet, and I thought, you know what? The reason I hadn't eaten yet is because our kitchen is crazy, so I didn't really have a chance to do so, and we were totally out of groceries because I didn't manage to get out and get them yesterday. Still hadn't gotten them today, and so I was just like, I gotta eat something. So I went to Burger King and asked them how much their hamburger patties were. They wanted $2 for it, which I guess that's better than buying an actual hamburger, which is like $5 or $6. So I got 2 hamburger patties and 2 sides of bacon. And I ate those, but they weren't very good. They were dry. They didn't do it for me. And they were small too, so they didn't fill me up a lot. Eventually I swung by the grocery store on the way home and I just grabbed a thing of bacon and some ground beef. Ground beef I'll probably eat tomorrow, but the thing of bacon I brought home and I put it right into the air fryer and started cooking it. And it was a little bigger than usual. It was a 24-ounce thing of bacon, which for some reason in my mind I was thinking that was 2 pounds. It's not 2 pounds, 12 ounce. It's 2 12-ounce things, but that's only, what, 3/4 of a pound? Because a pound is 16 ounces. So I had 1.5 pounds, and that's what I ate, 1.5 pounds of bacon, and that was pretty good. And then I also had 6 eggs to go with it. And that was my food for the day. And sometimes it's nice to be able to just swing by a Burger King or something like that and grab, you know, a hamburger patty. There is some options for you if you aren't prepared, but they're not good options. It's always better to be prepared. And I'll try to make sure to do that from here on out.
Hey, it's day 46 of the Beef, Butter, Bacon, and Egg Challenge. And today was pretty simple, just another OMAD day. So just keeping going with the 1 meal a day. Really, Sundays are really busy days for me. So a lot of church stuff going on. And so I really only have time. Well, I guess that's not true. Later in the evening, like this time of day, I have lots of time. But yeah, 1 meal a day it really works best for me on Sundays. And most days, actually. So I made it pretty simple today. I just still had 1/2 pound of ground beef left over from the other day. So once again, I just put that in with 6 scrambled eggs and some bacon crumbles, and had a big plate of ground beef and eggs. And it tasted really good. Filled me up quite a bit. I was like, wow. I was halfway through it and I was like, wow, am I going to be able to finish all this? But I did pretty easily. And it's lasted me through the day. Thing is, no matter what day of the week it is, vigilance. You need to have vigilance. You never know what's going to crop up. You think the church would be a safe place. Nope. People come to church and they bring cinnamon rolls for their Sunday school classes. And they say, hey, I have leftover cinnamon rolls. Would you like some? The real answer is yes, I would love some cinnamon rolls. That sounds very good. But my answer is no, thank you. I'm fine. So I don't have the, and it could be anything, you know, somebody says, oh, I have some extra candy. Do you want some extra candy? No, thank you. Things like that. And then today, you know, school's on. And so the kids are always wanting something to put in their lunches. And so my wife was making up some ginger snap cookies today. And I used to say my kryptonite was cookies, but extra kryptonite for me is cookie dough. I love cookie dough. Most cookie doughs I like better than the cookies themselves. Not always. But yeah, she started making that. I said, well, I'm out of here. I'm out of the kitchen. I'll be in the office until you're all done making cookies. But then, you know, kids are eating cookies and stuff like that. And really, it's not like the cookie dough, I was pretty tempted to do. I was like, wow, I could really go for just a little handful of cookie dough. That's all I need. That's all I want. Of course, it probably would lead to more. But yeah, that's going to throw me for a loop. So I did not. I felt the temptation and I left. Fleeing again, I guess. Not really, just going to the other room and not being there while it's being made. So yeah, got to be vigilant always. It never stops. You have to keep going. And yeah, staying on track with BBBE. Just going to keep going.
All right, so there you go, everybody. Keep going. Just keep going. That's the way you got to do it. And really, I think that's kind of the lesson Marshall learned today, or hopefully he learned. I learned that lesson a long time ago. You see, I did this once before. If you're new to the channel and you don't know, I did this in 2019. In 2019, I started eating carnivore, and I started doing my videos back then. And I lost 75 pounds. And boy, did I feel good about myself. And I was just untemptable. I could sit and be fasting while the rest of my family was eating right there in front of me. And I could sit at the table and just hang out with them and talk and just drink a glass of water. That's how good I was. But then there came a time where we were in need of driving from here in Texas all the way back to my dad's house, which is, I think it's 1,500 miles away. We had to go back for my dad's funeral, and we decided we were going to do it overnight. We were going to start driving at 10 o'clock so that we could get there by about 10 o'clock the next day. It was going to take us about 24 hours, and we were just going to drive straight through. And I thought, well, I guess just this once, you know, I mean, I gotta stay awake. So just this once, I'm going to try and live through it. And I'll get myself some energy drinks, maybe a soda or two. And that should help me get through it. And that's all it took. That was the beginning of the end for me. Once I opened the door, you know, it's, how does that saying go about the camel? And like, once you let its nose in the tent or something like that, then pretty soon it'll be all the way in. And that's what happened to me. I let the nose of the camel in the tent. And pretty soon I was on a huge tailspin. And I eventually gained all that 75 pounds back. And I learned the lesson of, you know, just don't ever give in. Don't ever do the smallest amount. Because you're not going to handle it. I've been a carb addict for my whole life. And this whole world is geared for carb addicts. So any time that you give in, you will crash and burn. You could go back to Marshal's last experience. Back in March, we started doing these. We did a 30-day carnivore challenge. And then after that, Marshall decided to have some cookies and stuff like that. And before he knew it, in less than a few days, he was out of control. And he's like, geez, we need to do another 30 days. So we did another 30 days. And then he's like, okay, well, I'm going to go back to eating more normal. I'll be okay. And wasn't too long before he was out of control again. And he's like, hey, Big, do you want to do 90-day beef, butter, bacon, and eggs? And so now we're doing that. Hopefully, you know, he's got the lesson. And this time when we get to the end of the 90 days, he's going to be like, well, you know, I'll be maybe so lenient that I'll allow myself to have some other meats. But, you know, stay away from those cookies. Don't even eat a little bit of dough, Marshall. Or anyone else who's watching. I've learned that the hard way, and I'm trying to re-lose those 75 pounds. Don't be like Big Anklevich. Be better than Big Anklevich. Get it right the first time. All right, we'll see you guys next time on Big Ankovich on Health.